Cool. And now that I've got some stuff, in place, now it's really time to like start having fun and really working on the small details. Hopefully, like I say, you've got kind of like the bigger picture stuff in place at this point, and you can really like look for those little things that are really going to make it jump out. I'm hearing in my mind some kind of like electrical um, sound effect, and so I'm wondering what we like. Yeah, something like that. Ooh, maybe even something like that too. I might, I like both of those a lot. And at this point, you really probably can just drag and drop them straight in place wherever you want them. Where I was thinking it'd be cool to have the electric noise coming in is right when he kind of like, it looks like he's kind of losing his mind. There's the gun, and then broken glass, and then he's kind of gripping his head right here. And I think that's kind of like where it kind of reaches its peak of like, things are spinning out of control. So I'm gonna maybe start it right there. And I don't need this electrical noise to happen the whole time. I really just kind of want it up until that scene that they're going into the house, like right there, right? So I'm just gonna shorten this clip up a little bit. Maybe have it go a little bit into that. And I'm going to make this clip a little bit louder. A bit louder. How about? Let's see what that sounds like.
They're rooted in a place.
I don't think I can outrun my problems.
That's not quite what I'm looking for. That's not quite the impact I'm going for. What about this one? Yeah, that's more the one I want. Let's do that one instead. I think I'm going to slow this down though. So I'm going to put this in place. And again, I'm just kind of playing around in real time just so you can kind of see how my brain's working, right? So like right there, I'm going to turn on the warp. I'm going to make this be a repitch and kind of do that. And I'm going to stretch this sample out. Slow it down a little bit more. See what that sounds like.
They're rooted in a place.
I don't think I can outrun my problems.
Yeah, but I want to slow it way down so that it really lasts that whole time. So I'm going to do this ×2 function. That'll double it. Let's see what that does.
They're rooted in a place.
I don't think I can outrun my problems.
Cool, let's do it one more time and see what that does.
They're rooted in a place.
I don't think I can outrun my problems.
Awesome, I'm liking that even better. Okay, so I'm going to probably leave it at that. I want to stretch it out even just a little bit more. I'm going to make it a little bit quieter so it's not so obvious, and I'm going to that's probably good. I'm going to add some reverb to it also. Kind of see like this is the fun part. This is the part that I really like, where we get to try so many different cool things, right? So just a little bit of cathedral reverb on this.
They're rooted in a place.
I don't think I can outrun my problems.
Oh yes, I'm liking that a lot. I'm gonna place it a little bit later and stretch it out even more. Oh, I guess there's only so far you can stretch these out, and I've reached that limit. Okay, so you get the idea on this one, hopefully. There's lots of different things you can do with that as far as mixing. I wanted to show you some automation tricks too, so let me do that real quick. A really good case for automation is a longer volume changes, right? So longer fade outs and fade ins. Normally you're limited by how long the loop is. But if you want to do some other kind of automation, first of all, turn off this piano function right here and then push the A key. A opens up your automation. And whatever you want to automate, you just need to click on it. So for instance, if I want to automate volume on this track and do a longer fade out at the end. In fact, let's do it on this one. So I'm going to come back here and get rid of this fade out that I already have pulled in. So I'm going to open up my automation. And volume's on this other screen, so I'll have to come over here, and this is on, let me just show you the Music 2 track. Okay, so I'm going to go to the Music 2 track, and here's my volume right here, right? So if I click on that, this is what turns it up or down. But I'm just going to click on that volume thing, and then if I come back to my automation, you can now see on this track it says mixer track volume, and there's a red line on this track, and that represents where your volume is. So if I click on this red line, it gives me an edit point. Anytime I'm doing volume, I click twice, so one point stays where it's at, and then the other one I pull down with the volume change right there. Something like that, and you can move these around too, right? So that's automating volume. You can automate panning, and I showed you doing this, in the last assignment as well. But just to kind of remind you on some of that, let's say I want to pan this electrical surge sound, right? So to do that, again, panning's on this other screen, and here's my electrical surge track, and click on the panning knob, which is right there, and then now it says track panning, and I want this to kind of start from the right and go to the left like that. So top is right, bottom is left. In that case, you can kind of see it says 40R and then 50L. That's all the way to the right, all the way to the left. If I play that,
Place.
I don't think I can outrun my problems.
yeah, that's kind of cool. In fact, listening to it, I think I might want to pan it back up this way, about halfway through, kind of like that. So you can have sounds go like back and forth between your ears and things like that. Things like that are really creepy too. I could automate that on the female as well. And so you really can automate anything. You can see right now on the female it's set to automate the dark hall dry wet knob, because that was the last thing I clicked on in that effect. So if I go and click on that, then there that is, and I could really automate any one of these knobs in here. And that you can definitely go down a rabbit hole, because you can now automate everything, and you may not even know what these knobs do. So don't get lost in that. But like for instance, if I wanted to add more reverb over time, like I wanted it to start out really dry and then end up really wet, then click on the automation for this, and this red line now represents that knob. So I can start out at a lower setting, and then maybe here right at the very end we'll kind of go big and add a whole bunch of reverb at the end. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So anyway, that should give you enough to mess around with on this step. Good luck.